Welcome to Mighty Wiry. This is Anthony Cashman, and I actually am about to start having this run on Yelp for business because I know that this will help people in a way that they may not expect right away. But trust me, like this, the way I function this supposed LLC is that we actually do what I call an inside value point culture. And what that means is that we generate ideas and brainstorm with them with creative solutions so that when we come about giving people specifically these ideas of connecting irrelevant and strange ideas and putting that into the real world, this is going to help them in ways not even they will expect. Not even me, not even I will actually expect that to work, but it will. And that's something I've learned over time in my own life story. Being that this one person's business model, thank you, whoever's taught me that, this is not only based on my own life story and my own personality, this business is. It's actually based on things that I've learned over the course of my own life. So, including including the spirituality and philosophy stuff. So, the first two things I offer of many to come in this business is that I actually am a claymation animator. If you have seen my YouTube videos, you'll notice that I actually make these little stop motion figures and videos and all that. They have been done in ways that were necessary. I made tutorials, behind the scenes content with it. I made actual films with them and sculpted figures otherwise. And even had ideas to incorporate storylines and philosophies into these projects. And this is, at best, it's a talent of mine. At least it's something I can be satisfied with. It doesn't have to be a passion, but we'll get into that later. I don't just do claymation, but as aforementioned, I am also a philosopher. And this comes down to whether or not my ideas are deep or happen to be applicable in a way that, again, people don't see coming, not even myself. Whenever I think of an idea, I don't just do it on a whim, although I am very capable of generating and brainstorming ideas very easily. It comes to me naturally. I don't just do it because I have a reason for them to exist. That being said, do I only think about problem solving? Not necessarily. I actually have been coming up with ideas that were just a part of who I was, as long as I can remember. The combination of being this stop motion animator and this insightful thinker come into play where I could maybe make a claymation prop for you, an actual film for that matter, while doing an insightful consultation. And the reason I modeled it that way for Mighty Wiry on the website, at least, thank you Squarespace, is because I have the introductory idea to have these claymations coupled with the insightful consultations to introduce how that could happen, how that could be a possibility. Is that introducing these strange solutions to things that people may not expect. That's just at least one example can happen. It doesn't have to be done that way, but it's one thrown out in the dart that actually can help people, even if it doesn't work in a way that I would expect, because it still helps people whether I realize that or not, or they would. So what I offer on my Wiry so far, and these prices are not cheap, man. not gonna cap on that, but this claymation no, it's actually called a well, I called it a commission, but these claymation commissions on the site are very pricey. They come out about 1,300 per project, and that is not by mistake. That actually is the intention I give it, having that much to manifest with how I'm getting these across by actually giving them the value I think they deserve through and through. The consultations are not even any second to that, but they are still pricey. They're actually 400 per meeting, and those are at least with talking about these ideas and insightful ideas. I again highly value that because it is something that I think I am very confident I can do. Even as immature some of you may believe I seem to be at this point, but here you go. Now, will those change in the future? Of course they will, but they're priced that high because I want to give emphasis on the fact that I do care about what I do and what I'm capable of. Even if it's as strange as having a creative rendition from stop motion animation towards something as irrelevant and strange as an insightful consultation for ideas that we don't even know what we're talking about right now. They're just at their own vague and placeholder at that point. But in conclusion, Mighty Wiry is a insight value point culture with the intention of functioning as a physical ranch and radio station. But it does have the impression of being a place for new ideas and the like for philosophy and spiritual connotations. If you would like to meet me up with this further, I am known as Anthony Cashman again. That's my real name, so putting that up front. You can contact me at animatormind at outlook.com, which is actually spelled A-N-I-N, no, A-N-I-M 8, number 8, ORMIND at outlook.com. That's my main email. You can also find me at Cyrus26 at proton.me, if you know how that's typed out. And you can also find me at jellypeanutsandbeans at gmail.com. I also go with a YouTube channel and a Discord if I'm even able to link that eventually at some point. But you're probably going to want me to find me at Zoom at some point. I'll link the Zoom in the description if I have time. But you will find me on a YouTube channel known as Otto Crosswind, but it's not currently called that. You'll find the YouTube in the description below if it's also there. But other than that, stay tuned or stay still because Salvation is indeed on the move. And more to come from Mighty Wiry in the future.